Hello. I decided not to use my dress code today of my red shirt and black sport jacket. So I'm just in my robe. More comfortable this way. I wanted to I wanted to mention a few things. I got some comments about right now I'm not selling any of my decks, my tarot decks. You got to get them through MPC, which is the international store. But if you're in the States, I am going to be selling my Black Keys edition of my Marseille deck. That's going to be coming back out, and they're working on that now. I'll be selling it from my house. What I was selling before, I used to sell both my standard deck, my classic edition tarot deck, and the Black Keys. And I ran out of the Black Keys pretty quick. And then I was just selling the standard, my classic deck. Now I'm out of those too. So I just ordered Black Keys edition to come to the house. I should have those middle of November, beginning of December, sometime in between there. I'll be doing a little thing about the deck, the changes I've made to it. It's a more elite type of fancier deck than my standard classic. And so it's I'll be going over that and talking about that when I have it. Also, some people have asked about a course. Do I do a course? And if you've been following me, you see I don't really do any courses. I teach. I've taught tarot since '93 when I started reading pro, but I've done classes and courses there, but face to face. I've never done one online, and I just do the YouTubes, and that's all it was. But now I have about 300 YouTubes, and if you were to go through them all, you probably would see 90% of the course. I don't really know, but you'd have to know what order to take them in. I don't even know that. So you can't see the forest for the trees. Anyway, I'm going to be offering a course. It's probably going to be anywhere between 20 and 40 hours of class. And I'll be talking about that when I have that together. I'm putting together the graphics for it now, and trying to figure out how I'm going to set it up, format the whole thing. And it's coming along good. I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be a good course, and you'll learn a lot with that. But there'll be the standard things in there, the tarot meanings, card spreads, why card spreads work, why they're effective, and how to read fluently, which I'm going to be talking about that in this YouTube. How to read fluently. I think reading fluently is important, and I think it just helps you. And it also seems it looks good too when you do that. So reading fluently is a nice thing to be able to do. And they'll be talking about that in there. And the biggest thing about my course is why this works. And as far as I know, I'm the only source that ever really came up with a conclusive reasons why the tarot is so effective. And we understand that more now today because we understand a lot more about the mind. And I put that together when I first started writing books. But by the time I was done with Genius of the Tarot, I had a lot more information about it. And that's when I wrote Essential Tarot unlocking the mystery. So I go over a lot of that in Essential Tarot, and I also go over that even more so, I'd say, in Bare Bones Tarot, my latest work. And along with that, in that book, I go over some other unique things. In both books, all my books have something unique in them. And but if anybody's seen my YouTubes, you know how I teach, and my course would be the same way. So I'm pretty much no nonsense and very clear understanding about what I'm talking about. And I really try to simplify things so you can get it. And I think that that's pretty much what I'm known for. And I like to do it that way. So it'll be out there. And that'll become, I said, this course, if you're interested in it, will be something you could download, or I'll be sending it to you on a CD maybe. And there'll be different ways you can buy it. But that'll be out probably early part of the first quarter of 2024. So I'm putting it together now. I think it's going to be nice. I think it's going to be a good course. And it won't be your standard stuff. By the time you're done with that course, you'll be able to read like a pro. Anyway, reading fluently. That's what we're going to be talking about here. And I think it's really good to be able to accomplish that. When you do that, you're letting people know who you're reading. You're letting them see that you know these cards, because you're just talking as you're laying them out. And you're talking a story as you're throwing the cards down. And it's a nice way to be able to perform the reading. A good way to practice reading fluently is with the 3-card spread. Because there you just 3 cards left to right, you're tying them together. You're tying them together, making a story. First card says something, and then you're throwing the second card out to continue on that story, and then the third card continues on that story as well. So you're just talking as you're throwing the cards down. You're talking. That's how quick it is, and it's a good way to start a reading. Afterwards, you can go into things a little bit differently if you wanted to, looking deeper into one card or another. It's up to you. So anyway, we're going to get started here. Oh, you can if you learn how to do this, I'm probably going to show you an example of fluently reading with a Celtic cross, which is a 10-card spread. But first, I'm going to show you how to practice doing that with a 3-card spread. And that will be the way it's going to work here. I'm going to turn the overhead on, and we'll get started. Okay, we're going to start out with the Rider-Waite deck. And really what we're doing is the reading is going to be based on a question of how do we achieve our goal, whatever that happens to be. So if you have a goal, something you're trying to accomplish, you might get something out of this reading, as well as I'm just looking at how to read fluently. It's important to have keywords for the readings, for the meanings of the cards, to read fluently. I think it is. If you learn from 3 or 4 sentence meanings, a paragraph of meaning for the card, you're going to combine it all into one word anyway in your mind. This allows you to quickly interpret the card, and also to use the card in a way that fits whatever it is we're looking into, because that key word can be drifting off into something that means basically the same thing or something close to it, or the keyword gives you an idea of something else that will fit with the story you're creating with the card spread. For reading fluently, new options, new ideas are allowing you to succeed in a quest that you're going on, to take further action with something as you move forward. So you won't complete this quest, but it gets the ball rolling and it allows you to move forward even more. You're going to have to come up with some new ideas. Again, a new situation creates more situations with another ace, allows you to shoot from the hip and slide by in ways that people didn't think were going to be possible. Structured, predictable, routine puts you in a good light and in a nurturing situation to relax on the whole situation. 2 4s and a sun. Past successes are giving you a better understanding of what's in store for the future as you make choices to move forward. This is just reading fluently. You're just reading as you're just talking. You're starting the sentence as you're laying the cards down. Major shifts, major transactions are giving you a good position, putting you in a good position to make new changes. And then from there, you can go deeper into this if you want to. But to start the reading as you're laying the cards out by saying things like, taking on the challenges has put you in a space where things are becoming very even more challenging, but you do take action and move forward with that anyway. Carefree attitude is ignoring the obstacles that you have, but things will be resolved in the end. So you can take your time on this. And again, like I said, you can go into this deeper if you want to later. Attaining such key situations in your life has allowed you to advance on a goal that's really been inspiring to you. And then you can go deeper. So it's a good way to practice just reading intuitively, just reading with fluently is just doing what I'm doing right now. Just start with a 3-card spread. My Celtic cross allows you to do this as well. Limits on your advancing forward is what we're looking into here. You want changes. You want to shake things up and move forward with this. You're trying to get a good understanding of what you're trying to do, better understanding, because there's things that aren't really clear to you right now, and you want to get the ball rolling on this. You're in a good position to take action and move on this once you know what you're doing. And I do see you putting yourself in a stronger position as you move forward. You want change. You want things to happen. Now's the time to evaluate things clearly before you move forward. And I see you making the right choices because of your learned knowledge of what you've accomplished here. So once you know what you're doing, you'll be able to make the right choices. That's a Celtic cross, 10 cards. And one way to look at this, another way you could do it, I just talked as I laid them out. But you could also make 3-card spreads in this as well. The way I teach my cross is numbers 1 and 2 positions here. 1 and 2 positions. Work with number 7 position as a 3-card spread. This is the question itself. These 2 cards are a good look at the question and what we're dealing with. And this is how the client is seeing their own question. So 3 cards this makes a 3-card spread. 3, 4, and 9 work together well too. Immediate goals, what you're trying to accomplish, and what's the whole purpose of this, the big picture. 5, 6, and 10 work as 3-card spreads too. Something you got going for you, something in your corner And an opportunity to use that coming up in the near future gives you a possible outcome or things you should watch for as you move forward. You'll be able to fine-tune things more as you move forward. And number 8 is by itself. But number 8 works with these other 3-card spreads. Because as you look at those 3-card spreads, it helps you figure out what has to be in place before you move, before you act on this. So 3-card spreads with timing all by itself. What needs to be in place before you move forward? And again, when you read fluently, somebody sitting across from you and you're just talking, building confidence is allowing you to celebrate with others the whole situation. Right now, but you're trying to make choices here to accomplish more than others didn't think you were going to be able to accomplish. You are in a good position because this is all, nothing's really holding you back. And I do see you putting things to rest that have been a thorn in your side for a while, resolving those issues. Right now, you're trying to make choices, trying to take both situations, not just one or the other, but you want them both. And that would create a whole new scenario for you. But this has to be you have to wait on this yet. You want the ability to be able to do what you want to do here. This whole thing, you want it to be able to work successfully for you. You really want to know how to do this as a master. And I do see things being structured, predictable, routine, just going the way you want it to go without a hitch as you move forward. That's what you're going to accomplish. And you're going to do that when this is all in place. Wait till all this to be resolved before you move forward here. Nothing's holding you back from resolving this. Take care of all these things that are holding you back. Take care of those. You can do that. Get things where they're settled down, calm down, then act on what you're trying to accomplish. So 3-card spread, 3-card spread, 3-card spread, and timing by itself, position 8. But if you haven't done fluent reading, take my advice. I think it would be best for you to start just by doing 3-card spreads in the beginning. Seeing things from a different point of view has people you calling attention to from other people. You're getting noticed because you're showing what's real, what's the truth here. There's no facade in you. People are paying attention to what you got to say, and they're going to believe you. After hard-fought efforts, I see you attaining what you've tried to accomplish and putting things to rest. As you put things to rest, though, it's going to allow you to move in other directions and put other things to rest as well. You're going to be able to complete a lot here. 2 10s. Just practice doing that. Again, keywords make a big difference. Other sources are coming out with keywords too. You see in my books, things like this. I have keywords for each of the cards, surrounding the cards. And I have one keyword at the top. 5 of Pentacles, change. 6 of Pentacles, perseverance. And over here I have a second keyword. 7 of Pentacles, confidence. Over here I have absolute. Something's cut and dried here. I also have what's called at a glance keywords. 7 of Pentacles, strong position, speedy process, self-made, evaluation, accomplished, clear progress. These are all key words. And because you start to see that this main keyword of confidence gives you other words like strong position, speedy progress, self-made, evaluation, good evaluation, accomplished, and clear progress. Those would fit with confidence. Those are also in bare bones tarot. Bare bones tarot I use in Marseille deck, my Marseille deck. Essential tarot I use the Rider-Waite. Bare bones tarot I also have what's called, I call anyway, positional influence, and how a card meaning shifts depending on what position it's in. It twists a little bit. Keywords help you do that too. To practice fluent reading, use keywords. You'll see those on my website and in some of my YouTubes or in my books. Radical Tarot, Essential Tarot, and Bare Bones Tarot is full of keywords. I'm going to turn your overhead back off. Oh, keywords. Reading fluently. Keywords make it easy to read fluently. And reading fluently is something I think is a good thing to practice. I think you'll like it. There's nothing, it looks so nice when somebody's throwing cards down, and as they're throwing down, they're just talking. And it's a nice way to read. So, like I said, you could always go back deeper afterwards to certain cards if you want, but it is a nice way to start the reading. November 14th is our next tarot Zoom meeting. There'll be a link down below at tarotmaps.com. Go to the tarot gatherings in the menu, and you just click right into that, and you can be right in the Zoom meeting. 12 o'clock Chicago time, and it's a Tuesday, November 14th. It's always the second Tuesday of the month. Everybody's welcome. If you got any questions on the cards, come on by, say hi, and I'm sure there'll be a bunch of people in there happy to answer your questions. All right, keep throwing cards. We'll talk soon.